Good afternoon, New Orleans. This is attorney Russell Stegeman coming to you live from the studios of WBOK 1230 AM on your radio dial. Real talk for real times every Wednesday afternoon. And I'm here today with, thank you, Dawn. Oh, I love it. I love it. Could you just a little more applause? I just soaked that up. I love it. Oh yeah, that's sweet. That's sweet. Okay, thank you. They treat me good down here. Yeah, they do. They're awesome. And we're happy to have all of you in our listening audience there. And because this is what they call talk radio. It's not like I'm an attorney and I'm a trial lawyer, but it's not like in the real world of lawyers where I get to talk and the jury just has to sit there and listen. Here at WBOK on the legal show, the listeners get to call in. And if you want to call in and ask any questions or make any comments during our show, the number to call is 504-260-9265. And that's definitely something we would like you to do. And joining me as just about every week is Carmen Alfaro. Welcome, Carmen.
Hi, good afternoon.
Carmen, you've been working with Dawn.
Yes, I have. Mm-hmm.
Like I know, just to put this show together today about the rental property program with the Road Home, and it's it's some pretty deep stuff. And you've also helped us to get in today. We have our guests, Robin Keegan and Brad Swayze from the Road Home rental program. Welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Thank you, Russell.
And
Carmen.
We are basically wanting to explore, what is going on. I was only recently made aware that y'all are still actively doing stuff in the rental area because we had the some people working with the homeless issue in New Orleans, and they were telling us on that show, nothing about you guys, but that when Hurricane Katrina came, it knocked down a whole lot of our housing. So even though our population has gone down, overall, the number of homeless people has gone up. And the reason for that is loss of rental housing stock because not everyone was a homeowner. And so from what I understand, your program is helping to rectify that.
That is correct. We actually have two rental programs that we developed after the 2005 storms. The first one, and I think the one that we're going to talk about today, is our small rental program. That really is an investment in our mom and pop landlords, really the fabric of New Orleans, fabric of St. Bernard, and our other communities across the state. We also have the piggyback program. That's a program that builds larger units. Many of them are actual built on existing structures, and they're a rehab of the existing structure. We do have some new products that have come onto the market, and those are larger projects, over 18 to 20 units. And we really have the Louisiana Recovery Authority Board and the Office of Community Development really made a strong commitment to replacing the rental units that were lost, building back in a better way. So we build mixed income communities, meaning that our projects have a range of market rate as all the way down through the housing choice vouchers that and Section 8 vouchers that HUD provides. And we also have provided a lot of rental opportunity for permanent supportive housing. So those people who have disabilities, who have been formerly homeless, the state's made a significant commitment to making sure that those families and those individuals have quality housing as well as we rebuild the city.
Okay, so and exactly who is it that y'all work for?
Well, today I'm actually the executive director of the Louisiana Recovery Authority and the Office of Community Development. As of tomorrow, I am the executive director only of the Office of Community Development. The Louisiana Recovery Authority is statuted to end today. That means that our board went away, our staff is in place, we are part of the Office of Community Development's Disaster Recovery Unit.
So that means the legislature created this recovery authority. That's like the RTA, only this was for housing recovery, and they said it would end at a certain time, and it's
right. Governor Blanco created it following the 2005 storms, and it was statuted to end on June 30th, 2010.
And so what you do then is, I mean, I always thought you guys were just sort of like the Southern answer to Santa Claus. Because no, I've seen a lot. As an attorney, I've seen a lot of things, ranging from people that really their lives would have been totally ruined if it wasn't for this help that we're getting, to people that were working out their plea bargain deals in federal court for fraudulent claims where they recovered huge amounts of money when they had really virtually no damage. It just seems like this whole road home process has been a real struggle to push a huge amount of money through kind of a small hole to cover just catastrophic damages in our area. It must be really challenging to deal with the am I correct? I read there was something like 82,000 rental units. 55% of them in our area were destroyed in Hurricane Katrina.
Right, absolutely.
And I'm just extrapolating that probably more than one person on average lived per unit. Right. So you're talking about maybe 100, 150,000 people that were renters that had no place after the storm. And I think rents kind of skyrocketed too, didn't they?
That's correct.
Right. How there's so much information. So, how does this program work?
Sure.
How do you go about finding out if you qualify? What is it exactly that you have to do besides contacting? I guess you could contact HUD, right, to find a list of the rental properties that are available, right?
There are a couple of things. So in terms of for the landlords themselves, the program started in 2007. We did an application process, and the landlords submitted an application to us and have gone through the process of getting their awards as they build their homes. And so that process was, the application process was closed in 2007. So we have our pool of landlords. They are in the process of rebuilding those units. For tenants, there are a couple of things that happen. Our landlords themselves have relationships within their communities, and they are very active in securing their own tenants. We have staff at the Office of Community Development that work with local nonprofits, that work with churches to make sure that we have a pool of tenants for these properties. And we're expanding that approach so that we make sure that we can have enough information out there for tenants so that they know that, or potential renters, so that they know that these properties, when they come available, are available to them.
Okay. What is the average rent for these homes? That because of the program, what is the average?
So in the small rental program, the rents on each of the units range, but the majority of the small rental program is for low-income tenants. So that is what the incentive process was based on, and that's what the funding is based on, is securing a low-income, securing a rental unit for a low-income person. And that can range anything from 80% of area median income down to 30%? 55%. 55%, sorry.
Actually, 65, then 50%.
Okay, but then when you talk about low-income people, the first thing I think of is Section 8 housing, which provides some kind of subsidy where the person pays in what they can. Do you help people to redevelop Section 8 housing, or?
We actually have, in the piggyback program primarily, and in some of the small rental program, the landlords have been part of the Section 8 program, or they do accept a Section 8 voucher. Additionally, as part of our piggyback program, the Big Four housing projects, public housing projects that have been torn down and are being rebuilt currently, so that's St. Bernard, CJ Pete, and those other projects, those are actually part of our piggyback program, and we actually are building those back. But those are also going to be mixed income communities, so they will actually be taking a layer of different kinds of incomes, including the Section 8 vouchers. Did you want to add in?
Yeah, the small rental program as designed is a rental assistance type program where the landlord brings the property, puts it back online, puts it in commerce, and in return, to keep the rents low at 80, 65, or 50% of the area median income, they receive a lump sum at closing. So there could be $69,000, and what they provide to the community then is a fair market low rent for someone who can afford at 80%, 65, or 50% of the area median income.
So what is the process? I mean, what does in other words, their steps to take to get into the program, what are they for the person who owns the property, who's interested?